Last time, traveling through the cities of Baldur. In the dim lights of the Elf Song Tavern, steel met steel as the group squared off against the pirate captain and his lackeys. Just when things seemed dire, the silhouette of Beowulf emerged, charging to aid his allies. But the tavern's turmoil was unpredictable. Lulin, with the fierce spirit of a wolf, was swiftly brought down by Skuna's sheer might. Quick thinking and cunning tactics saw Salvatore redirecting the brawl. Pirates, previously threatening, found themselves facing the might of their own accomplices. And amidst the ensuing mayhem, Leckard, stubborn and vengeful, met his demise. A clean cut by Salvatore marking the pirate captain's last stand. Terran's urgent voice pierced the aftermath. We need to leave. Now. As the tavern's doors shut firmly behind them, our heroes found themselves within Baldur's Gate's winding alleyways. Here, Tarina, with whispered urgency, painted a picture of a luxurious bathhouse, its exterior a mask for the dark secrets held within. Seeking refuge, the party's footsteps led them to the Blushing Mermaid, its unsavory reputation a sharp contrast to the opulence of the bathhouse that loomed in their near future. But as our heroes sought respite, Terran, bound by shadowy obligations, melted away into the night. Daylight broke and the bathhouse beckoned, yet Baldur's Gate, ever unpredictable, had other plans. A dark alley, a malicious voice. Our group found themselves confronted by a menacing figure. The black gauntleted fist upon his shield barely registered before reinforcements eerily reminiscent of past foes emerged from the shadows. Clash was fierce, the stakes higher than ever. Beowulf, the mighty, fell amidst the chaos. But as the dust settled, our heroes stood bloodied but unbowed, with wounds licked and spoils gathered. They set their sights upon the wide, yet one can't help but wonder, what secrets does the bathhouse hold? What darkness awaits within its walls? And thus brings us to the present moment, where we... What's up?
Nope, sorry. Didn't know if we were starting or not. My bad.
That's all right. Thus brings us to the present moment, where we are gathered upon the ground in a back alley of Baldur's Gate. Beaten down, a little bit bloodied and bruised, but still alive. Though some seem a bit more worn than others. The smell of the city easily masks that of the new dead bodies, and you suggest they could probably actually sit out here for a little bit before anyone would notice. But all the same, maybe getting out of here and putting some distance between yourselves and these bodies would be preferable. But with the spreading word of the deeds of the cult of the Dead Three, might even be good to state how you fended off a number of them. Either way, as you attend to each other, gathering up each other's things and searching through the bodies of those slain, seeing what wounds and how bad they are, there is a slight fluttering nearby. And you look up to see something quite odd and quite unlike anything you would suppose to see in the City of Blood. At this time, Nutmeg, please describe your character.
So what you see is a fairy with blue wings, with blue and tan wings. She has bright purple eyes, like big bright purple eyes. Some black hair that's braided down the back, going from black to blue down towards the bottom of the braid. She's wearing pretty normal merchant attire, brown pants, a tank top, And she has a full belt full of what looks like potions, a bunch of bottles of different liquids. She's very blonde, very small and cute, but her demeanor is definitely her looks. She seems a little confused that she's seeing you laying on the ground. But yeah, for the most part, she really likes shiny things, so she's got jewelry on. And she emits a scent of browning. A little bit of that.
Right, excellent. You have the floor, everyone. As you see this fairy floating around, it appears she is carrying something. She's looking at you investigatively. What do you do, if anything?
We definitely notice her, though.
Yes.
All right. I'm just gonna nudge my friends here and go like, I think we have a visitor.
Who are you? What do you want?
What the God happened to you then?
We just a little disagreement. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. And I kind of like Salvatore moves to kind of like put his body in between like a line of sight of a clearly visible body behind him.
Well, if you owe me anything, I've got some potions. I'd only charge you like 1 gold for it.
Do you have a potion of healing?
Let me check. I do have 1% healing. If you wanted it, it's going to cost you 2 gold for that one.
Yeah, I think we have some people that are beat up, yeah? Salvatore, are you hurt?
I'm more concerned about the rest of our group here, but I mean, no offense to you, stranger. I'm sure you mean well. How do we know that anything we buy from you is going to work?
Hey, I have been selling my entire life. Who are you to judge my potions?
A customer.
Well, how about I sell it to you, and then you can find out how well it works.
How about I find out how well it works, and then we pay you?
Results.
Salvatore, go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Ooh, nice.
All right. With a 16, Nutmeg, it is completely up to you whether you want to roll... let's see. Whether you want to roll a deception or a persuasion. Deception would be if you are being false. Persuasion is if you are being honest. Make sure that you roll it in the dice tower. Do you see the dice tower on your screen? Should be a little square thing next to the chat box.
When we went to all of that, I'm not sure how to get that back.
So when you roll it into the dice tower, it hides the results from being seen. That way you can roll it discreetly without giving away if you're lying.
So in Fantasy Grounds, when the map popped up, it took away
yes.
all.
Okay. So what you're going to want to do, the map on the top right where it has that X to close out the window, there should be a diagonal upward facing arrow. If you click that arrow, it puts the map into the background. And then you can have your character sheet and everything over the top of that.
I do not see any of that.
Okay, if
Wait,
you
never mind.
He has to drag them out.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to drag them out. Okay, if you get, let us know when you got it.
Okay, so click on the dice tower.
So you're gonna want to locate your skills tab. If you are being false in any way, you can do deception. If you are being honest, you can do persuasion. You're going to want to hold and drag the dice for those skill checks into the dice tower. There you go.
Awesome. Cool.
Okay. Okay, Nutmeg, what can Salvatore tell about you and your intentions regarding these potions?
I'm pretty confident with my potions. I've been a merchant for years, so I'm very persuasive. I might as well try it. I mean, what's up in you right now?
Yeah,
Sorry, what was the last question there?
I said, what's it gonna hurt?
What's it gonna hurt?
Old?
So Salvatore, you're not detecting any falsehood about her.
All right. Well, I tell you what. We need to kind of skedaddle from here. So what I would ask is maybe you could come with us, because I think it's about to get a little bit more hot than it was before you came. We're down to maybe procure some goods from you, but this might be a real bad place to be in about 2 minutes.
Okay, sure. Where you heading?
Well, we were going to go to the bathhouse, but I think first we need to kind of circle up and make sure that we can all walk through it. Maybe we could just backtrack to DM. What was the name of that place we stayed at the night before?
You stayed at the Blushing Mermaid.
Thank you.
But there is also Elf Song Tavern.
Oh, I'm not showing my face there for a while. We were staying at the Blushing Mermaid. You want to maybe grab a drink with us and tell us more about some things that might be able to help us and get out of this area?
Yeah, I need to get cleaned up, and I'm pretty hurt. We need to recover, get better.
Yeah, you are covered in blood. Good Lord.
Speaking of getting cleaned up, I don't see why we can't go to the bathhouse and use it for its intended purpose before we go to investigate. I mean, we were traveling for quite a while before this, so.
That's true. Nomad, if I
feel pretty
I'm
nice.
so sorry, Vishara.
I want your potion of healing, and Lulin just decides to go right up and get the potion of healing from you. Nutmeg.
Okay. 2 gold for the potion of healing. And then my hand, Nutmeg hands Lulin a small bottle of a green liquid.
Bottle of green liquid?
Yep.
Lulin swallows it.
At the same time that Lulin swallows it, Nutmeg is going to cast Minor Illusion. And add some color to the cheeks and make it look like she's feeling a little better. Any wounds, cover it up with Minor Illusion. But until
So Lulin definitely appears like she has vitality given back to her, but you feel just as tired and worn as before, Lulin.
feel any better. What did you give me?
You look so much better, though. You'll feel better in no time, trust me. You've got pink in your cheeks. You look so much better. Now let's just get you cleaned up, and you'll feel new as soon as you're done with the bath.
Okay. Okay. See, Salvatore, she says I'm gonna be better.
Lewin, all due respect, you don't look better.
Could I roll an insight check on this fairy?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh shit.
With a 6, you're like, she had to have drank it wrong. There's no way this fairy's lying. She's a fairy. She's Fae. She can't lie. You heard that once.
Yeah, use your errors.
Just before we do anything else, would it be possible for me to raise my hand and just say, hey, I don't actually think we've exchanged names at all, which is kind of crazy. My name is Salvatore. What's yours?
My name's Nutmeg. Nice to meet you, Salvatore.
It's nice to meet you as well so far. Could you tell me a little bit more about your decision-making process to see a bunch of people bloodied and a bunch of bodies around us and deciding to try and sell some stuff? What's going on here?
Hey, it's middle of Baldur's Gate. Bodies are all over the place. You just look around, you'll see them every day. Who am I to ask questions?
So you're from here?
Oh, yeah.
Can I insight check that?
Go ahead. You get the sense that she is being honest more in a like present tense, not necessarily that she's like from here, but she's definitely Balduran. Maybe a transplant or a she moved to the city perhaps.
Okay. I'll just nod and I'll say, yeah, me too. I guess I would agree with your assessment that it is time to get cleaned up. To the bathhouse or to the Blushing Mermaid? And I just turn to the rest of the group looking for a decision.
That would be really nice.
I'm in agreement with Lulin, so I think the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
One
you go to the bathroom,
last.
you might be able to get you a discount.
Oh, a discount?
Yeah. I've been the owner for years.
Could you say you could get us at least 2 gold discount?
I can try my best. I've been known to get pretty good discounts around here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how wonderful. I'm so glad we met you.
Aw, I'm so glad I met you too.
Yeah. Well, we should get going.
Sounds good. I had one question, DM question. I think I asked last session, but I may be misremembering. Did you say if we go to the bathhouse, we would only get the qualities of a short rest?
Yeah.
So if you want to get a long rest, you have to wait a full 24 hours. So you would have to wait a long time in order to get a long rest. So if you are to rest anytime soon, it can only be a short rest. And you, let's see it. We have it where it is 9:45 a.m. So you kind of just started your day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was kind of the conundrum we were in.
I leave it to the group. I'm if we hit the you know what, I can help. I'm good. I can cover. But if the rest of you are feeling worse for the wear, we might want to talk about how we can replenish y'all.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. I still, that potion hasn't quite kicked in yet. I'm still really pooped out, but maybe the bath will help me. And I gotta clean these wounds anyway, you know? Yeah. I don't know.
Nothing's gonna sweep down and put an arm around Lynn. And she's gonna say, "Oh, hey, honey, come on, let's go get you to the bathhouse. We'll get you all cleaned up."
Okay, yeah. See, I think we should go there.
Salvatore's gonna shoot a quick look over to Vishara and be like, what in the hell's going on here?
Vishara is going to shoot the same look over to Salvatore in the sense that she doesn't know. And is like immediately distrusting of this new figure who showed up right after we got out of combat, but also doesn't really have anything to call her on. So
Yeah. Salvatore's gonna match that gaze and gesture over to Lulin. Actually, Salvatore's gonna move over to Lulin in between Nutmeg and Lulin and just say, "Hey, Lulin, you know, I'm sure everything is fine,
We're
but I was wondering if I could have a
trying
word
to.
in private with you
All
for
of you go
just
to
30
Hells, yeah.
seconds."
Sure. Uh-huh.
Great, and Salvatore's just gonna like put his arm in between the arm that Nutmeg and Lulin, or the sorry, the arm that Nutmeg put over Lulin rather, and just like briefly nudge Lulin towards the direction he wants to walk, and then like remove his arm just to like give some space. And he's gonna just like move like over here. And I'm gonna be like, "Hey, you feeling okay? You took a beating earlier. I'm checking in."
No, I don't feel good.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm really tired, and I'm wounded.
You are. And
Yeah.
Salvatore's just gonna take one more point of lay on hands and put it on her shoulder and just be like, "Yeah, you are, but you're gonna be okay."
Okay.
So I got to level with you. We don't know that person. They just came up, and now we can't just follow them into a situation we don't understand, right?
Right. Oh, right. Oh.
We
Yeah,
know that
you're
there's
right.
a safe place at the Blushing Mermaid, or relatively safe, or at the very least we know what we're walking into. Just I'm a little bit sketched out over here because this person's very, very forward about pushing or dragging you almost to this bathhouse when we've been told prior that that is a place of danger for us. So I just want to make sure that we're safe. Are you like, we'll still go to the bathhouse. I just want to make sure that if we go to the bathhouse and we find ourselves in, you know, a situation like we did, and I'll like just gesture to the bodies, that we can handle it, you know. And right now, with the way that you feel and looking at Vishara and knowing that, you know, we all just kind of had a rough go, I want to make sure that you're able to take care of yourself in case we can't take care of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're so wise.
I'm just looking out. If you want to bring your new friend, you can. I just want to make sure it's less about not trust in the new person than wanting to make sure that if we can't, then we're prepared. You feel me?
Yeah, and you're so right. You're so right. I didn't think about any of it. I'm sorry. I should have thought about that.
We're all good. We're all good. I mean, hey, this is your friend. You want to talk to her about it?
I've never met her before, but you know, she just seems so nice and she's so cute, and I love her. Her little hair, and she's fake, you know, kind of like me, and so I thought she would just be fine. And she
Salvatore
seemed to like want to help us, you know?
Salvatore nods and then just like licks his index finger and drags it across his cheek and reveals a stark difference between a face that has some concealer and powder on it, and underneath a tint of purple, and looks to Lulin and says, "We're all a little different." And I just meant you were cordial. I know you hadn't met before, but if you're comfortable, talk to our new friend, our hopeful friend, and let's recover before we jump into the great unknown. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're
Cool.
blue?
Yeah, I'm a little blue, a little purple, kind of like you.
Oh. You don't need to cover it up.
Yeah, it's less questions to answer.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll talk about it later.
I'm sure we will.
Okay. All right, you're right. We should go back and get fixed up.
As Lulin walks away, Salvatore's just gonna kind of like stand back in the middle and gesture to Vishara with sort of like a armless shrug, like, I don't know.
You know, Vishara, Salvatore made a good point, and I still don't feel good. I don't know if I can, keep myself from dying if we were to get into trouble again, and maybe we need to go back and rest up.
Nomad.
Yeah.
It is my understanding that we are at this point closer to the bathhouse than we are to the inn, yeah?
Yes. So I'll give a little bit of information
Okay.
to you guys, just so that you know, like, mechanically how things would work.
Okay.
It is early morning right now in Baldur's Gate. You are in a city. So even though, like, walking through, you encountered cultists of the Dead 3, the odds of an encounter happening in broad daylight are much, much less than at night, and much, much less in a city than out in the wilderness. Because it is morning and it is daytime, this bathhouse will be in, it will be functioning. So it won't be in like the secretive mode where, oh, there's nobody here, don't think of anything. I will tell you, if you go to the bathhouse right now, because you are right there, there's not a chance for a random encounter on the way. Depending on how you play it at the bathhouse and depending on completely on what's there is absolutely no guarantee of an encounter. And even if you do sense danger, you definitely have opportunities to get out before anything were to happen. So you could go to the bathhouse and functionally you could get a short rest. However, that's just letting you know, if you want, and then if you want to go to like the inn or whatever, that's perfectly fine too, but you have to wait the full 24 hours before you can get the long rest. And the long rest is where you get your spells.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm pretty sure we've agreed that as a party we want a long rest before we do the bathhouse for real, but Vishara wants a bath.
Okay.
yeah. And just because you go to the bathhouse doesn't mean you have to advance the plot into whatever comes next. You can go to the bathhouse now, do reconnaissance, and then come back later as well. Okay. Those are all options. And if you go back to an inn and you need a room, that's paying another night.
Okay.
With that information, what are we doing?
I would like to go to the bath.
I mean, a bath does sound good.
Yeah.
Vishara still wants to go take a bath.
Okay. Bath it is. Hey, you said your name was Nutmeg?
Yes.
Oh, you want to take a bath with us? We're gonna go to the bathhouse.
Oh, I would love to.
Just meet some random person. Hey, you want to take a bath with me?
Great.
That sounds great. And then Nutmeg is gonna look at Salvatore, and does she notice the from the licking of the finger rubbing across the makeup?
Do you notice the suspicion?
Is
that what
the streak on the face from the licking and rubbing it across the face, is it noticeable?
I don't know, Salvatore. How noticeable is it?
When I did it, we were standing in the shadows, so there wasn't a lot of light, and I would say it wasn't hyper noticeable. If you look at my my token, my little avatar, I would say that the color in the backdrop, that kind of like light lavender color, is the actual color of my skin. It was kind of hard to get it right on the actual character. You know, you feel me? So it's about in that light lavender color range. And would be hard to see in the shadows.
All right, so Nutmeg, go ahead and make me a perception check. You can roll this one in the open as well. You don't have to roll it.
Oh, I thought I did roll it on the open. I clicked it, but it didn't actually.
Okay. So, if you double click the dice, it'll automatically roll it. Otherwise, you have to drag into the chat box. If you don't drag the dice into the chat box, it doesn't actually log it.
Okay.
There you go. All right, with an 18, I would say yes, you definitely do notice the different hue and color of Salvatore's skin.
Okay, Nutmeg is going to walk over to Salvatore and he's going to say, "Oh, honey, let me fix that complexion real quick. I have just the thing. I won't even charge you. The first universe, new deal. I won't charge you anything." And then she's going to cast Minor Illusion and cover up the floor.
Salvatore just is taken aback by the forwardness of all of this and doesn't even really know what's happening because it's on his cheek and can't see what's on his cheek, so he's just like, what are you talking about?
Salvatore, make me a perception check. The sounds and smells of Baldur's Gate, as you are here talking with this group, you kind of have lost presence of the moment for a second. Everything is just assaulting you real fast. You're kind of confused. You just fought off these cultists, and now there's a fairy in Baldur's Gate. It's like too much. You kind of lost track. Suddenly all the sounds and smells like kind of come back, and you shake your head like, okay, wait a minute, like what's going on? We have something to do. You're snapped back to reality almost. And along with that, Lulin, roll me a 2d4 plus 2 because Squeege has given you a health potion.
Okay.
From Twitch chat.
In the tower?
You can roll it right in the chat box.
Okay.
Just for your health potion. Purpose of healing.
If I can get it to work.
That's 1d4.
Yep.
Alright, so you regain 7 hit points.
Awesome.
You are at 16 of your 17.
Nice.
You know, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I think that potion just took a little while to work.
Well, I guess we should just all be more trusting of strangers. To the bathhouse?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. not all strangers are bad. I mean, we've run into some bad things, but not everyone's bad. You know, like, I wasn't bad when we were strangers, so not everyone's bad.
That's a great example, Lulin.
Yeah. Come on, Nutmeg.
That may go follow to the bathhouse.
I think Nutmeg might be the only person that knows where the bathhouse is. Unless
Well, then
or-
Nutmeg will leave behind.
Yeah.
Nutmeg is gonna put her arm back around Lulin and start just walking in the direction of the bathhouse, expecting that the others will follow.
All right. And then Squeege has also given an advantage. An advantage to Lulin, so you get to use an advantage whenever you wish, and then he's also given a disadvantage to me.
Ooh.
So, we will
I didn't know
switch. Yeah, the Twitch chat can, that. Okay, so we have the Baldur's Gate map. You are all about here, somewhere around there. If you see that little mark on the map, you are going just north to the bathhouse. As you arrive, you see that the bathhouse is a one-story stuccoed building with stained glass windows and clay roof tiles. 10-foot-tall walls enclose a large courtyard outside the southeast corner of the building. The closed wooden doors to the courtyard are engraved with images of smiling nymphs dancing and frolicking in water.
Beautiful place. I've never seen such a thing before.
it is something else. Wouldn't even really know where to begin.
Have you guys never been to Baldur's Gate before?
No,
No, we have. We're from Baldur's Gate.
oh,
Well, it's a heck of
I
a
mean, you know,
city.
from
Time to
the
like
area.
look.
Just, you know, we don't spend a lot of time in the city, so if you know your way around the bathhouse, I'm more than happy to just, you know, learn from you.
Oh yeah, that's a shame. You should really spend more time in the city. It's beautiful. And then Nutmeg will lead them into the bathhouse.
Right. So I have you on the map. Go ahead and resize as you need. Place it into the background. Move around freely. As you enter through the front gate, you see an L-shaped courtyard featuring a trimmed lawn and nicely manicured shrubbery. The yard is decorated with white marble benches and stone fountains, each in the form of a smiling nymph tipping a jug that fills water into a circular stone basin.
this is so beautiful.
This is great, and Salvatore's just gonna like lock in on these bushes. I'm a little bit worried about the irrigation here, but you know, otherwise it seems like a very beautiful setup.
Do we see anyone that might be like working in the bathhouse?
Make me a perception check. Thanks to Squeege's disadvantage. Nutmeg, as you enter, thanks to your Fey origin being a fairy, you're kind of used to the tips and tricks that you can find in the Feywild. You're looking around, kind of trying to figure out, is there anything going on here? Is there anything suspicious? And from the southeastern corner, you suddenly hear the lightest flapping of wings from a very small creature. You look to try to spot a bird, but there's nothing there. But you know you heard that.
Okay. Can I walk over? Can walk over in the area and not try to figure out where the noise is coming from?
Make me an investigation check.
With Lulin's high passive perception and her hearing, would she have heard the bird too?
Your passive was not... Oh yeah, actually. Yes, Lulin, you would have heard that as well. Anyone who has a passive perception higher than 13.
I heard a bird. Come here, little bird. Where are you?
Nutmeg, as you look around, you see very small marks on the top of this statue. They look kind of like the marks left by a claw, but not a bird's claw.
So out of character written question, that little area on the map that you had up, when I dragged it away, I got the full map of the city again, but I can't see the map that you had up with flags. The way to get that in.
Okay, so do you have more than one map up?
I only see the one. I only have one tab.
Okay,
but I don't know.
Do you see the other characters on the map?
I see no one on the map. I just see the
okay.
overview.
Can you see your character sheet?
Yes.
Okay, so open your character sheet, and then the very top right, that's your token. Double click on that.
Oh, okay.
Did that? Okay, so that is a shortcut way to open up whatever map your token is on.
Okay, I can do that.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay, awesome. So this map I would put into the background, because this is the map that we'll be using. All right, are you resized and are you good?
I think so.
Okay. So this statue in the southeast corner, you see my pointer?
I do not see a pointer.
Do you see your
arrow.
Do you see your the arrow? Okay.
Yeah.
So that statue is where you heard the fluttering of wings, but you did not see anything. And you investigated where you found the little claw marks as well.
Nutmeg is going to turn to the rest of the group and just let them know something's off here. I've been in the shop so many times over the years, and I've never walked in and not found the owner here. Does anyone recognize these claw marks? It seems really strange.
Claw marks?
Anyone that wishes to may make an investigation check to investigate the claw marks.
I mean, I have some farming background. I might recognize the markings. Clearly, they're from an owl.
Salvatore and Lulin, you're like, oh yeah, those it's probably just some woodland animal or like a bird, whatever. But Vishara's looking at them and she's like, that's odd. I've been in the city. I've seen all the types of birds that go in the city. I've never seen claw marks like that. Claw marks are much more wicked looking. And probably from a creature slightly bigger than a normal bird.
Oh no.
Interesting. Well, the baths seem to be open. If everyone's up for it, we can bathe and then just eat.
Yeah. We're gonna have to keep our eyes open. Do you think that creature was invisible?
I don't know, but I took a bath this morning, so if you guys want to take a bath, I can stand watch.
Oh, yeah. And then maybe you want to take a turn?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep an eye out for the owner of the shop and just see if everything's okay. Otherwise, if there's no one here to take payment, I guess we get free baths.
Woo! Free bath. Last one in, rotten egg.
Hold up. And I just look at Nutmeg. You telling me that every time you've walked in here prior to this, there's been someone standing at the door asking for money?
Yes.
And now you're hearing weird noises. There's some sort of spooky scratch on a statue, and we're just going head first into this bath?
And might as well. I mean,
Okay.
that's the worst that can happen is punch up and you have to fight them without any clothes on. I mean, is that the worst that can happen?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Well, sorry about that. But, you can take a bath, you can take a bath. But otherwise, I mean, we can go back to... But
You don't own this place, I get it. Asking the wrong person. My bad.
No, if there's anything going on here, I'll keep an eye out by you guys. Definitely don't quite fit in the city with all that blood on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's right,
Bit
you know.
more inside. Well, anyway, right behind you, Vishara.
Well, guess I'm the rotten egg.
You can go in before me if you want.
Rotten nutmeg.
Oh boy.
Low blow.
All right. The walls of this 20-foot-high pillared chamber are adorned with frescoes of bathing royalty. Natural light streams through stained glass windows, creating colorful patterns on the tiles of polished blue marble that cover the floor. 3 shallow, sunken pools contain scintillating, perfume-scented water. White marble benches bearing stacks of dry towels are situated near the pools, each of which comes equipped with a pair of brass faucets. And you see that there is only one person currently using the baths. He does not even move at your approach. He is calm, quiet, relaxed. As you enter the door, a southern door opens to a southern room, and you see a person walk out. Ah, hello, hello. Have you come to use the baths?
Oh, we have?
Yes.
Ah, by all means, help yourselves. For only 1 silver, you may attend for a few hours. I am one of the masseuses. The name is Jabaz. Carmilla is in the northern chamber. I will be in the southern if you require more strenuous relaxation. I will be at your disposal. But by all means, grab a towel, take your dirty rags off, leave them at the door, and relax. Welcome.
Salvatore, what are they gonna do with our dirty clothes when we're taking a bath?
I think that's a really good question, Leland. And I'll direct my attention back to the person who just greeted us. Where do our clothes and items go when we don't have them? You got a lockbox or any safe storage, or you gonna wash them? What's going on there?
We are not a launder. If you leave them, we do not require lockboxes. Nothing gets stolen here.
So we can take our goods with us as we go from room to room?
Certainly, I do not see why not.
Oh,
Alright.
Though
Okay.
if you wish to go into the pools or get a massage, you will need to take off your clothing.
Can't fit your fingers under my chainmail?
My fingers are deft, but not that deft.
Alright, fair enough. I'm just gonna gesture to Lulin and be like, hands up again, and say, I don't know, I think if we're gonna spring a trap, the only way to find it is to actually spring it.
yeah,
We're okay for now.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm getting in the bath. And she's gonna go around the corner and take her clothes off and jump in.
Vishar will also get undressed and then get in.
Salvatore's gonna move to this pillar here and put his back to the pillar, facing south. And, was it Jabbar?
Jabaz.
Jabaz, sorry. Jabaz, it's looking a little bit empty in here. Is business okay?
People come and go throughout the day. Sometimes busier than others. Oh, the work is steady enough, I do not complain. But yes, right now it is rather on the low end.
Yeah. It's interesting. You think you know why, or is it just like a seasonal thing?
Well, it is still early. There is some time before the people put on a good day's sweat.
Yeah, you pick up later, but still slow regardless. It's interesting. So, just out of curiosity, because all of us are from Baldur's Gate, obviously and without question. And in the past, we've noticed that the owner of the place is always there to take in the fee for entry. They aren't there. What happened there?
Well, it is a public bathhouse, able to be used by anybody, but there are still requirements to the upkeep. There are actually a number of owners and I would actually say donors to the bathhouse. Some of the wealthy patriarchs in the upper city. They put on most of the cost, but all the same, the day-to-day, it helps with the silver.
Oh, that's fascinating. Huh. So the owner isn't here today? Or will they be here later?
The patriarchs do not frequent this place. The lower city is beneath them. There are times I will even go to the upper city to their manors and provide some special hands in their homes.
I see. So it sounds like you and I kind of belong in a different place than the people who run this or fund this establishment?
He kind of like looks side to side as if he's like, okay, is there anybody watching? Leans in a little closer. And it's kind of at this point you're actually like seeing like, you're not sure if it's a he or a she. A little androgynous.
Mm.
And you're even sensing the voice is a lot more demure than you would find normal for masculine. Kind of catches you a little off guard, but all the same, Jabaz leans in and says, if it were up to me, it would be different. But you know how it is, Baldur's. And kind of smiles at you a little coyly.
I hear you. Well, I feel like I put you through 20 questions. Appreciate you just entertaining me here while I distract myself from my friends. I guess I'm curious here. And again, like you've answered so many questions. What is the difference here between an owner and a donor?
Oh, well, the owners would be those that provided the construction and of the land of the place. And donors would be those who provided money to actually just hand off for it to be done. The donations,
Yeah.
the patriarchs, they like to move their money around, help with any of the local taxes.
I do.
Plenty of lots of donor families, but not all of them count as owners. There are more donors than owners. Only a handful of owners, and they all help as they can. Not a day goes by that we really struggle on provisions. To be honest, the public bathhouse is well funded.
You get this is just fascinating to me. I worked on a farm my entire life, so I know how to do basic accounting and figure out how many crops we need to make it through the winter and make sure that whatever city that we're distributing crops to has what they need. But this whole aspect of the business is really fascinating me, and I'm just curious. It sounds like there's all this money flowing through, but I don't understand what the benefit is. For me, it's like sell X amount of squash and get Y amount of money out of it, and then I can eat, right? I can plant more crops, right? But for this, it just seems like people are giving money to y'all. I'm just is there a benefit to those folks that are giving you money for nothing?
They put a hand over their face and kind of giggle a little bit. It is a bit beyond me and my very modest means to understand the ways of the rich and powerful. But yes, they are essentially giving their money away. But from my little understanding, it is there are benefits to doing so. One, of course, is the populace has a place to clean themselves and relax, and there are merchants that live in the lower city that make good use of it. It is not a way of profit, but all the same, it does help them with the other things in the city. Providing for business agreements, trade bonuses, the taxes they're always trying to get away. I believe rather not too long ago, Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard started bearing down more on the taxes on the patriarch families and making certain public works help with exemption from that. So since then, we've been seeing a much bigger increase in the donations. which I believe is good. The public works help everybody.
Well, that's very interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Salvatore's gonna clock Nutmeg coming into the room and just like side glance and try and make eye contact and see if she's worried or panicked about anything.
Nutmeg isn't really panicked, just kind of looking around to see if she can find the person that's normally at the shop at the front. But yeah, she's pretty chill.
Okay. Just gonna very casually look back to Jabbar and be, hey, I got taken up so much of your time, and a more how'd you put it, aggressive relaxation massage sounds wonderful, and I'd like to take you up on that. But before we get into that, it's very early and it's pretty much empty in here. So, you know who that guy down there is? And he's gonna point to the gentleman bathing in the southern little corner of the bathhouse.
Oh, that gentleman. That I believe his name is Amden.
You know anything about him?
I believe he is a merchant of the city. Wealthier than most. He frequents here right around this time. He likes to wake up his mornings rather early, so he gets tired earlier in the day. He's here every other day, I would say, if not every day.
Wow, good for him. Nice.
Yes, he's doing very well. People can do very well for themselves in this city.
Right on. Well, I've taken up so much of your time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for being such a gracious host. And I will. How do I book a time with you for as you put it, aggressive relaxation session?
Oh, I am actually open right now if you are looking for it right now. Otherwise, I have most of the earlier afternoon open. Later into the night, I am usually more booked quite solid. And, I must be out of here before dark. The bathhouse does not remain open all the time.
Before dark, what time does the sun go down? Well, actually, above the table question, what time does the sun go down here?
Let's see. So it is. Do we have as the? It is Eliasis. I think we had as August.
Okay. Pretty late then.
Yeah, so it would probably be around 8. If not. We'll say 8:30.
Salvatore's just gonna raise his eyebrows and be like, "You're not safe after dark?"
Oh, there are a few rules for employment here. I am not exactly employed by the bathhouse, I'm more a contract worker. But all the same, there are certain rules for working here, and one of them, which has been greatly stressed to me, is I may not remain after sundown. Everybody is to be gone, and I must close it up. Same with Carmilla. And with the recent times, yes, it is not so safe in Baldur's Gate, especially the lower city.
I mean, and Salvatore will lean into Jabbar kind of like they did earlier and say, I mean, we've been getting trailed, or at least I think trailed, or maybe there's just a lot of people like this here and I'm being paranoid, but it seems like there's folks just kind of paying a lot of undue attention to myself and my friends that all seem to be wearing the same thing, like dark robes. Sometimes they got armor. They're not very good at hiding weapons. Like, are the same people threatening you? We're getting weird reads from folks around here when it gets towards dusk, and I don't know, you're the first person I've ever really asked this.
At the mention of being trailed, people wearing the same thing, dark robes, you see Jabaz's entire demeanor kind of shift. They tense. Their facial expression turns to one of fright, then quickly melds into stone blank expression. Jabaz responds, I am very sorry, sir. I forgot, but I do have someone coming very soon. I fear that I am booked up for the time being. Perhaps you may find aid with what you seek in the pools, or even a different area. I know we are about to get very busy. If you might find that there is no more room, and it is quite stifling and uncomfortable. I must go get ready now. And Jabaz turns to walk to the door.
Can I do a perception or insight check of sorts to see if he, I don't know, makes any signals to folks around the one other person I can see in the bathhouse? Is he doing anything like kind of?
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me both a perception and an insight check.
Oh boy, this is gonna be rough, y'all. Oh my god.
With an insight of 4 and perception of... You don't notice any signals, and you're quite taken aback and surprised by Jabaz's sudden change. You thought you were having a really good conversation. You were saying all the right things. You were being very pleasant, just like your mom taught you.
With that, I'd like to maybe just pause my experience and make sure that the other folks having bath time aren't being overlooked. So if we need to do a transition scene, I'm more than happy to do so.
Yeah, by all means. Vishara, Lulin, and Nutmeg, you are also in the bathhouse. You see Salvatore speaking with one of the attendants. You also see this sudden tensity. Maybe Salvatore said something wrong. Who knows? Whatever. There's only one other person here. What do you do?
Nutmeg will use Druidcraft and give just like a nice little warm breeze around the person that Salvatore is talking to, see if they can make it a little bit more relaxed.
Right. As you do so, Jabaz turns to walk away from Salvatore. This light, warm breeze kind of passes through. And as Jabaz is walking, takes a step, and then sniffs. And stops, whoa, wait a minute. He's like, that is a new fragrance. I did not realize we had... talking to myself. That was very wonderful. And then they kind of look around to see where, is there a candle somewhere? Doesn't really notice anything, but you see that momentary, interruption kind of broke whatever train of thought they were currently on, and his shoulders are not quite so tensed. Then they kind of talk back to themselves. What was I do? Yes, getting ready. That's right. And they walk back to the southern room, same as before, but that little bit of tensity is gone.
Nice. Everyone just enjoying their bath.
Like it.
Sorry, about table. I was just able to get Fantasy Grounds going again. So,
all right. Are you stable then? Yeah, I see you then kind of coming and dropping.
Yeah, it finally they finally loaded correctly.
Okay. Awesome.
Vishara, I think, knowing that Lulin got pretty banged up in the combat we had on our way here, is like helping Lulin bathe and like giving her like massaging the tense muscles and like just help like taking care of Lulin and also like bathing herself at the same time.
Okay.
Would Lulin, was there anything else that he wanted to do, or is it okay if I jump in?
Thanks, Vishara. That feels nice.
I'm glad I have a bit of experience with helping people in like medical care, sort of.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, back in El Toro, I used to help out at a clinic, so that's how I would feed my kiddos.
Oh,
And then she gets kind of sad for a second as she thinks about them.
oh, that'd be terrible for you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. There's not anything that we could have done to go back for them, or else we would have also gone down with the city.
Yeah. It doesn't make it feel better.
No.
No. So you what kind of medicine did you study? Because I do kind of some medicine too with herbs and stuff like in the forest. So what kind did you learn?
It was kind of similar, I think. Definitely, the magical sort of healing is a lot newer. But me and my master, the man who was training me, would use like tonics and stuff, kind of like what I've seen you use.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll be able to kind of share some knowledge in the future.
I'd like that.
Okay. Hey,
And she smiles.
yeah. Did you overhear what was going on with Salvatore? Did you see him? He was talking to somebody and it seemed a little tense for a minute.
It did seem like the masseuse got fairly uncomfortable at the end.
I wonder what he said. Like, did Salvatore not want to pay or something? I wonder what happened.
That doesn't seem like Salvatore.
No, it doesn't. Oh,
At this point,
we don't need bears.
Salvatore's gonna walk into that bathhouse backwards a little bit, just very slowly, eyes covered, and be like, "I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I just are Lula and Vishar still in here?"
Yeah, we're here.
I think I said something wrong. I got the distinct impression that it might be a good idea to put your clothes back on, and I'm very sorry if I interrupted.
Oh, okay. Um,
I'll
is
explain. But I just want to give you all some privacy, and Salvatore's just gonna like walk back out, eyes
Okay.
closed.
I'll be out in a minute. And Lulin picks up her clothes, even though they're covered with blood, and she starts to wash them in the bath water. Because they said they didn't provide laundry, but she's gonna do her laundry.
Can I make a perception check to see if Salvatore was blushing as he walked into, like, as he came into the room?
I would spare you the perception check, really. You could not see that I was blushing because of the amount of makeup on my face, but if you looked close enough, you could see that there was a little bit of bare skin in between my collarbone and where my armor meets my neck, and it just looks not bright red, but because of my skin tone, just like a deep purple.
Just realized.
Saw that.
Oops.
Yeah, I think this is better. Yeah. Oh, I guess we gotta go. It sounds like isn't that what he kind of meant?
It sounded like he was ready to leave, yes.
All right. Well. All right. Well, my clothes look a little bit better anyway, not so bloody. So just get out of here and get toweled off, and I'll have to put my wet clothes on.
Zashara will also get out and towel off. Start getting dressed. Sorry, Salvatore, keep going.
No, it's all good. Salvatore's just gonna crane his neck around and again, not looking, eyes to the floor. Just say, "I don't think we're in a rush. I'll wait for at the door. Let's just reconvene in the courtyard, okay?"
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. And Salvatore's gonna walk up to the door here and go over to Nutmeg and be like, "I don't think I did anything wrong. I just want to check in with all y'all, make sure we're on the same page."
Yeah, I think you're good.
All right.
All right.
I wasn't paying attention to anything that you were saying, so I'm standing here keeping guard.
Cool.
I'll say that lasted about an hour, so at this time, you will all benefit from a short.
Yay.
Go ahead and spend any hit die if you need to. I don't think any of you do. Lulin, you're only missing one.
Mm-hmm.
2. But yes, if anything recharges on a short rest, it recharges. You all do feel a lot more relaxed and comfortable for spending some time in the bathhouse. Even if you did not dip yourself into the water, the aromas and the general atmosphere of the bathhouse was very calm.
I love that for us. Nice.
That's nice.
So is it okay if we just head outside for a brief huddle?
Yeah. Lulin walks out all wet with her wet clothes on.
Nutmeg will cast Druidcraft again with a nice little warm breeze to try and help dry out Lulin's pulse.
Oh,
Nice.
cute. And Lulin makes a flower and gives it to Nutmeg.
Oh,
Thank you.
So, with all of us being out here, I just kind of gather us around into this corner really quick, and I say, hey, this I don't know if this is really a safe spot to really discuss this, so I'll keep it high level. It seems that there are a series of owners and donors that keep this place running, and our own Duke Ravengard decided to do a crackdown on the folks that were funding places like this, and it has not been well received publicly. Now, the other thing that I picked up in this discussion with Jabbar, the masseuse I was speaking with, is even folks that are from Baldur's Gate are not safe after dark. So I don't know if our whole fibbing about being from here is actually going to fly. I mentioned that we were being tailed, or at least I thought we were being tailed. I did say we could be a little paranoid, but I described some folks in dark robes that kept popping up here and there. Didn't say we got into any altercations, but as soon as I mentioned that, dude turned into a ghost. Now, I don't have any actionable information out of this other than just what I told you. I'm not really sure what the next move here is, and I am very sorry for interrupting your bath. I mean, you know, the gust of wind helped definitely, but you're still a little damp and that can't be too comfortable. So I'm not really sure where to go from here, but I unfortunately spooked our masseuse friend who was willing to give us information. And I may have blown it, so if I did, my bad. What do you guys want to do?
It sounds like you got some good information. So that's why it got all tense. I thought maybe you said something, I don't know, personal, or like refused to pay for something. I didn't know. So I'm quite relieved that it was because he was scared for another reason. I don't want any trouble, you know.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, in my experience, if you want information, you just ask someone what they think about taxes, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. So, and lo and behold, that's where we are. But gosh, I don't know where to go from here at all.
Yeah. Well, you know, it sounds like if Duke Ravengard was, you know, doing a crackdown, that maybe some of the people that are involved in what happened to him would be responsible, are contributing to this house and visit here. Maybe we come back later. It'll be dangerous, but you know, I can come as a little mouse or something, or a bird perched into a tree. And just listen. Even a spider, and no one would know.
Get a little spy action going on.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That sounds good. The only other lead that I really have at this point is there was a gentleman that Jabbar, the masseuse, referred to, who was just kind of chilling out in that pool out to the left of us when you entered. He did say that he was a very rich and wealthy merchant. It might be worth a little bit of investigation there. I don't know how you two feel about it.
Talk to him.
See what he knows. I don't even know what questions to ask at this point.
I don't see the connection but like between the merchant and like he very well could have just been coming for a bath, but as far as next steps, I was thinking much in the same lines as Lulin. We go and we rest up for tonight, but in like starting tomorrow, we stake out the bathhouse in a sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we should make our way back to the inn.
Well, the only point of detail that I want to make here is the masseuse was very adamant about the fact that it is dangerous after dark, which lands around 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night.
Yeah.
As such, above the table, DM, what time is it right now?
So got here, I think it was like 9,
Mm-hmm.
probably
Just around
11:30.
then.
Okay.
Yep, because an hour has passed for that short rest, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. But we're still missing spell slots and all that good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Well, before we go, I'll just be right back. Owen's gonna go back in here. And even though she still has her clothes on, she's just gonna get into the bath with this guy. Hey.
Her clothes are already wet.
Lulin just confidently strides back in and just hops right into the pool water next to the merchant. And as you all hear a light plop of the water splashing onto the bath tiles around, the man startles. Oh, what is the meaning? Hello? I'm sorry, you disturbed me a little bit there.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but you look so relaxed. I thought it maybe be this water and I could use a little refreshment.
Oh, I was quite relaxed. Well, it is a public bathhouse. No worries. There's room for everyone.
What's your name?
Amden. You may call me Amden. And you are?
I am a Lulin.
Lulin. Wonderful name. Where do you hail from?
Well, I'm kind of from everywhere. I grew up in the forest.
Ah, grew up in the... well, that tracks. That makes sense. One of your kind. I myself am Baldur, through thick and through. I've lived here all my life.
So, what's the nightlife around here? It would be nice to go do something fun after, you get a good bite to eat.
Oh, nice life. I wouldn't go out around night. Things have gotten a bit more dangerous of late with the refugees coming in from all corners of the earth, it seems like.
Do you think that's because they're causing trouble, or is there somebody else that's causing trouble?
Oh, well, of course it's the refugees. The Flaming Fist has spread it far, thick and thin. Them and those Hell Riders spreading tales of doom, scaring the common folk.
So you haven't heard a first-hand account of what happened there?
It happened to Elturel?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't there. Only those that were there, but from what I hear, there weren't any. So, I hear it was, it just disappeared, poof, like that. I must say, the River Chianthar did, sway quite violently not too long ago.
Yeah. I happened to be there when it fell, and it was hell on this planet.
You were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Rubbish. Prove it.
How does one prove that you were somewhere
That is true.
that's now no longer there?
That is true. A good point.
There were cultists
Oh,
and robes, and they started to slaughter everyone right before my eyes. It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen, and then they just started to run and leave, and horrible sound, and the city started to collapse. It was terrible.
as you are giving this recounting and kind of reliving those painful memories, you are definitely kind of transported back to reliving that moment and those emotions. And the man is kind of doing one of those things where it's like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. He doesn't know what to do. Like, do I give a back pat? Do I console her or whatever? He's definitely quite uncomfortable, but nonetheless, he responds like trying to pat your back, but unsure if the touch is welcome or whatever. It's okay. Don't fret. Don't fret. I believe you. I believe you. That good girl. Good. Good. You don't cry. Don't cry.
It was bad. I'm sorry. Sorry. Anyway, the problem is that, we've seen some of these the cultists kind of maybe in this city, and I think that there's something else going on, and you just look like a fine citizen, and since you've been here, I thought maybe you might have heard some other information or something, or maybe you know something.
Oh, I know a few things about this and that. Not too much about El Terrell. My business keeps me in the city. I'm quite knowledgeable about Baldur's Gate, though. You have to. You have to have a good merchant's nose, sniffing your way around for a good deal.
And I would love to know the knowledge that you have.
He looks at you, kind of like, slyly, eyes kind of narrowed, as if he's got like some big secret that you're trying to like get out of him. And then he responds, "Oh, I know a few things. Shouldn't be telling you this, but you don't seem like mercantile competition. I know a few of the Flaming Fist. It helps to know people. That's really all business is. You can have the best product, service, best deals ever, but if you don't know people, you won't go anywhere. Flaming Fist help me out. Allow me more ease of transport within the city. Help a little bit with some of my competitors. I guess that would be my advice. It is more about who you know. I've even I've done quite well for myself, even taken on some of the donations to this very bathhouse. You want to keep that quiet.
Oh, I see. Oh, is it because you could get into trouble? I mean, if the Flaming Fists are, buddy with you, I would think it wouldn't be a big deal. Like, what would happen if someone knew?
Oh, no, nothing of that sort. I have a deal with some of the patriarchs in the city. Give some of my wealth for their donations to the bathhouse, and I get free use of it whenever I want. That and quite a lot of trade power between the upper and lower city.
Oh,
Helps to have
that
friends in high places.
Yes, very useful. Oh, I could imagine how helpful that is with your business.
Yes, very, very helpful.
Who are some of those patriarchs? And me not being directly from the city and you being so smart and all, and she starts making flowers and like floating them on the water and putting like some like warmth around him and
Oh my, that is quite wonderful. You are a magician of sorts, it appears.
yeah, I know, just dilly dally.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was?
Lulin. I am Lulin.
Lulin, you are a lovely, lovely woman. I'm glad to have met your acquaintance. You quite startled me before, but this has been a delightful conversation. And the flowers and the fragrance really adds to the moment.
Good. That's what I was going for.
Yes,
So,
I do know some people, and like he's definitely liked the compliments, you can tell, and he kind of even like, now that he's warmed up, you can tell he likes talking about himself. And he goes on even further. I do have some higher acquaintances. This very bathhouse. And then he looks around like, is anyone listening? And then he kind of leans in. Just between you and me, most of the owners and the donations are just a front. Patriarch families. They only use it for tax exemptions and the such. What with the new rulings on taxes from the Grand Duke. God rest his soul, I hear he is missing. But the only family that really has an interest is the Van Vampires. I dare say I do see that one beast, what is his name, Mortlock, coming and going here often enough. Usually closer to dusk. Right now, I haven't seen him today, but he shows up often enough.
Mortlock is his name?
Mortlock. Something like that.
Okay. And you said Van
Vampire, yeah. I know Duke Thalamra personally.
Really?
Aye. And you get the sense that that is a embellishment.
Wow. That is really neat that you know a duke personally. That's amazing.
Quite. Someone from my very meager and modest means rising up into the world. Duke Thalamra herself rose from the dirt, grime, and refuse of the sewers to a duke herself. In my estimation, she may even come to be the next Grand Duke in Ulder's disappearance. I hear he is quite dead, having disappeared with Elturel.
Oh dear.
Aye, you can make a name for yourself in Baldur's Gate if you're willing to put in the work. That's what she tells me. That's what I do.
I see. Did Duke Valembro like the other
The other families, the patriarchs? Well, as with most of us who grew up in the grime of the lower city, we don't take too kindly on the patriarch. And he's like very hushed at this, looking around to make sure there's no one listening. You'll want to keep that quiet. You and your forest life may not be quite acquainted to the social graces of the city folk, but always speak well of the patriarchs unless you're in good company that you can trust. I can trust you, right, Llewellyn?
Of course, I am the most trustworthy thing ever.
I get that sense about you. I like you.
Oh,
Yes, the patriarchs, Thalamra is quite unlike the others in my experience. She's like us, you know. Works hard for everything she has everything because of her hard work. Her elbows are greased all the way up, if so to say. She speaks little of the other, though I have heard her called Dillard, the porter man, a duddering fool.
oh dear.
Yes.
So she didn't like Duke and the previous Duke and Elderell before, did she?
Duke Elder Ravengard. Oh,
Yes.
she only ever spoke politely of the man, though I sensed a bit of envy. I can't say whether she liked him or not, but I can say it seems she definitely coveted his position.
Of course. I think you
I think most would in her position. Not much
Yeah.
more higher to rise than a duke on the council floor.
right. And if she's wanted to work hard all her life and rise, it's got to be very difficult to not want to, get to the top. That's so hard. But, even you, you could be a leader.
Quite right. That is what I aim to be someday. I'm biding my time, taking the advice of my betters as much as I can, and enjoying the moments I have. He kind of splashes the water a little bit. But yes, if there's any lead to be followed, it is Thalamra Vanthampers, of course. Rising from the grime of the sewers herself. He kind of like lays back as he's basking into the water once again.
You are so great. I don't think anybody else could have, said any of this better. And you've helped me so much just kind of to understand city life a little more. Thank you so much.
Quite right. I do apologize, Lulu, but I am getting tired again. I have a long day of some business deals. I think I will continue my nap.
Yes, of course. I have to be going anyway. Thank you again for in sharing your bath and relaxation and conversation with me.
Yes. Good day, Lalu. You will remember the name Amden Burrock.
Of course, and you, I could never forget. Lynn jumps out and walks back. I got kicked out of Fantasy Grounds again. No. Yeah, it keeps kicking me off.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's only happening to you though, right? Is anyone else having issues?
Nope.
No? We can take a quick 5-10 minute break though.
Great.
Why don't we do
I'm
that,
cool with
and then
taking
we can
5,
try to figure out the internet.
Yeah, I'll try.
I just feel loud, but can you guys hear me eating chips?
Can't hear you eating chips. No.
No.
Okay, I'm less loud than I thought then.
No, if anything, right now your voice quality is the best it's been all night. So
Yeah.
if you changed anything at all, keep it how it is now.
Oh, really? What was it doing
Yeah.
earlier?
It just sounded really muffled.
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to understand you earlier.
Oh, okay.
We pieced it together.
Nancy, it was really, really clear.
Yeah.
Much
That
clearer.
right there, you just talking just now, just that last thing you said, very, very clear.
Oh, nice. And my Wi-Fi is a little weird here. Depends on where I have my phone set. I was trying to use Discord on my computer and it wasn't working.
Mm.
The only thing I did was move my phone over like an inch.
Oh,
Don't move your phone.
nice. All right, Lulin, are you able to reconnect?
I am
Okay,
firing up the hotspot.
got it.
I'll work on it.
Okay. So, let's hop right back in.
Yes.
So we are still in the bathhouse. It's still early. It is approximately 11:30, just about midday. Interestingly, we found out some information from a random person, random bather at the bathhouse named Amden. Can tell what information might be sifted through to see if it's useful or not. But ask you now as we finish up the last 40 minutes our session, what do you do?
Lulin walks out to the rest of the group, now sopping wet in her clothes and boots, and says, so I sapped up that guy and he spilled his beans. I have so much to tell you. Let's go. We gotta get out of here.
Salvatore's just chuffed. Lead the way, Lulin.
Vishara will start walking back towards the not the Elfsong Tavern, but the other place where we stayed the night.
The Blushing Mermaid?
Blushing Mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got kicked off Discord. Did I miss anything?
Uh-oh.
Astronaut,
Not
it's happening
really.
to you. Okay.
Okay.
Lulin just walked out sopping wet and said that she smooshed the guy and he spilled the beans and then we needed to get out of there. That's what he meant.
Okay,
So,
cool.
have the Baldur's Gate map up once again. And at this time, I would like one of you to roll me a d20 as you venture out into the city once again.
I'll let somebody else do it this time.
Yeah, I think
Since I almost
not
killed
me.
us last time.
Yeah, not make you do it. She's the new recruit here.
Okay, I'll do it. Oh, not too great. Sorry about that.
All right, now please roll me a d12.
Oof.
Oh.
At least it's right in the middle. I don't know if it's good or bad.
And then we get
Typically judge
the
how good or bad it is based on the pause. The longer the pause, the worse it is.
Ooh.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
Our sample
I
size
don't
is
know,
small.
that pause last session was pretty long, and then you were just like, nope, that's too much. We're not gonna run this.
So all I have to do to make you guys sweat is not talk. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's literally any DM ever. If you're taking too long to think, something's wrong.
All right. So.
It's even worse because we're not in person, so we can't see what you're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, as you gather yourselves up once again, feeling confident about that which you have discovered and found at Bathhouse, you venture back out, heading back to the Blushing Mermaid. And along the way, there is a rough and tumble woman of the city, lady of the streets, who is kind of boisterously making her way about the crowd on the outskirts. Most people pay her no mind. Most people pass by. A few chuckle with her for a laugh or two, but eventually going their own way. Odd that she's doing this in the daylight, but she sees your group and walks on by, begins to get chummy with you. Hello there. How are you all doing this morning?
We're doing fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I see you coming from out over north. Are you over by the bathhouse by any chance?
Why do you ask?
Oh, well, because that one's sopping wet. Had a little bit too fun there, huh?
Had a little bit of misadventure, I suppose.
Oh, that's all right. Misadventures is my specialty. You looking for more fun? I can tell you where to find it.
Kind of fun.
Oh, any type of fun you want, really. As long as you got the coin for it.
Salvatore's gonna do another one of those kind of skeptical, suspicious looks over his shoulder to Vishara, Lulin, and Nutmeg and go, kind of just signal non-verbally, like, what? What are we doing here?
You're right. Come to think of it, you don't look like the kind that carries too much on you. No worries. All of us gotta make a trade somehow. Tell you what, actually, if you're looking for work, Larail Thundereth is hiring bouncers down at the Low Lantern. You look formidable. Big, strong man like you.
You say the Lower Lantern?
Low Lantern, you ever been there? It's down by the docks.
Oh, great. I've been there before, it's just been a minute. Who'd you say got work?
Larail, the owner of the place. Can't believe you've never been to Low Lantern. It's a good place. Lots of shady corners to get lost in. And she's definitely kind of like warming up to you, stroking your forearm.
It sounds like I'll probably see you in one of those darker corners later, if I'm hearing that correctly.
Oh, definitely. Talk to Larail, get some gold, and you can do whatever you like.
So you work for Laura?
No, I don't work for her. We're just good friends. Business partners in one sense or the other.
Yeah, I've been in relationships like that before. Alright, well, I appreciate the information. I guess we'll probably see you after dark? Is it safe to go there after dark? We keep hearing that it's not.
Safe as anywhere else in this town.
How do you get from point A to point B after, say, 8 o'clock at night?
Well, usually I have my place right around that time. If not, I know my way around the streets.
Got any tips for us?
Oh, tips for surviving out here? Have a lot of
tips
hiding...
for surviving out here specific to after dark.
I have a lot
Sounds
of
like
hiding
you got some
places.
secret passages. Yeah.
Oh, secret passages. You're gonna have to honey me up a little bit more to learn about those, but if you want some advice, I have plenty of hiding places for your knives. And then she kind of like flashes a secret place in her bosom where there's like knives, and you can tell she's probably got a lot more about her person.
Damn. Alright, so noted, thank you. I'll tell you what. We might see you at the lower lantern later. Might not be tonight, but you gonna be around tomorrow?
Oh, you'll find me. I frequent that place often enough. It'd be nice to see you there.
All right. Well, a quick question. Will I see you, or will you see me first?
Oh, who knows? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And then she kind of like gives a teasing turn and begins to walk away.
You didn't answer my question. I want to come too.
Seemed like an invitation to all of us. Didn't you all feel that way? She was inviting all of us.
Oh, she was paying a lot of attention to you.
No one else is talking to her. I'm just being friendly.
Oh, of course you are.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm friendly.
Yes.
Nutmeg is going to walk over to Salvatore and just slip him a gold coin. Be like, yeah, that's for later.
Yeah, I guess buy y'all a round of drinks later. Thank you. Next toast goes to you, Nutmeg. Thank you. Were we gonna try to head back to the Blushing Mermaid? It seems like we have some business to attend to in the form of getting some strength back and maybe planning next steps.
Yes. I have so many to tell you.
Idea.
Yes. Secrets. Yes. Do you remember the last time I drank? That was wild.
It was something.
Yeah.
Wild actually is the perfect word for it. Yes.
Speaking of drinking Lulin, if you do choose to imbibe tonight, I would probably just request no bears make any appearances.
Oh. All right. No bear tooth. Agreed.
I'm just. I don't have an issue with it, and I'm sure Salvatore doesn't either. But most people are quite alarmed by the sight of your woodland friends.
Oh, okay.
I would just say I think totally agree with what Vishara said. Love the bear. Bear seems good. Want to stay on its good side. My only request really would be like, you remember when we had a safe word?
Yeah.
I think that safe word might be a good thing to keep in mind. Vishara, do you want to maybe institute the safe word rule for when we need to really like time for the bear? You know what I mean?
You want me to come up with a safe word this time?
I mean, you don't have to come up with it, but if you agree that we could use it, that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, I think it works well. Like, if one of us if we feel that it's necessary, we use a code word to express that.
Yeah, okay. Well,
and then if it's not necessary and the that person just needs to cool down a little bit, the others can work to de-escalate.
Okay, so am I picking up like maybe a safe word for chilling things out, and then a code word for summoning the bear?
I think we play it by ear.
I have an idea. If we need the bear, the code word is bear. Does that work?
Brilliant.
I think that works.
It's decided. Let's go get some rest.
All right. You make your way through the rest of the city streets, crowded, same as always, choked by the many people moving this way and that. Finally, you see the blushing mermaid ahead once again. Map. Move around as you see fit. Is there anything specific you want to do here?
Just
Yes.
push through the doors, just ready to take a nap.
All right, so are you looking to take a long rest?
I will let the rest of the group decide that.
Because we can skip ahead to that if that's what you want to do. Unless there's anything else you want to do today.
Yes. Ah,
I'm fine with skipping unless there was anything, like any roleplay somebody else wanted to do.
yes.
All right, so sounds like we'll skip ahead. All right, so this is 1 silver piece per person per room, or one silver piece per person. I will take care of that.
Sorry, just a point of clarity here. Lulin, when you were saying yes, you were saying yes to skipping, not yes to roleplay, right?
No, yes to role playing, but if that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, my bad. I definitely misunderstood that.
Anytime in the chat where it comes up with all of those commands, Lulin has tried to do a whisper and failed.
Oh,
So I struggle with that.
so you should just be able to type in /W and then GM and then the message.
All
Like that.
together.
Yep.
In the message, there's no space.
Yep, that worked. That worked, Salvatore.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead and roleplay it up.
After that fight, I think I would like to try maybe another kind of ale or wine. Just a little. Could we just get a little nightcap or something before we rest? And maybe something to eat.
I think there was a courtesy gold given to me by Nutmegs. She has afforded us a little bit of recreation tonight. Why not?
And we need to drink to our new friend too, right?
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So let's do that quick, and then I can unload my information in our more private quarters, and then we can go from there.
That sounds good. Just one maybe tweak to that plan. Could we get our drinks and take them to our quarters? It seems like we're dealing with some privileged information, and I don't want prying ears or eyes to get privy on what we're discussing.
Sure, if that's what you want.
I might prefer it.
I wasn't gonna talk about anything while we were getting our beverage or anything. Just kind of.
Oh. I'll follow your lead then.
Okay. Well, you're buying, so you lead.
I'm guessing over here is the bar here.
Yep.
All right, I'll make my way over, and as I cross through the threshold over yonder, I'll just yell over to the rest of the group. Anybody else want a round?
Nutmeg will yell out that she'll take a round.
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Bashar will. Got a preference over ale or wine?
I don't know.
Ale is fine.
Ale is fine.
I don't
Take
know.
some wine.
What did I have before?
We had ale. Well, you try a new thing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll lean up to the bar and just like signal towards the bartender that I'm ready to order and place an order for 2 ales and 2 wines.
Okay.
I'll slot each wine stem in between my pinky finger and ring finger and index finger and middle finger, and then grab both the ale handles in one hand and make my way over to the rest of the group and say, all right, where are we headed?
So, do you want a gallon of ale or a mug? You can get
2 mugs of ale.
2 mugs one mug is 4 copper, and then a bottle or a pitcher of wine is 2 silver.
Will a pitcher? How many glasses will a pitcher fill?
Probably like 2 or 4.
All right, I'll just do a 2 mugs and a pitcher of wine. 2 mugs of ale and a pitcher of wine. Yeah. This not going to be as detailed about how I carry that over, but let's just assume that I do it deftly. Turn back to the group, just on an armful of mugs of ale and a pitcher and a couple of glasses for wine, and I say, all right, where are we posting up, y'all?
Sit over here.
I will bring it over to there when my computer lets me. All right, I divvy it out. I'll slide the wine glasses over to Lulin and Nutmeg and pour their glasses to the brim. Make sure that Vishara has their mug as well, and I'll raise a glass and say, to new friends, new companions, cheers, y'all.
Cheers. Are there any other patrons in the area?
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Definitely seems to be a less than desirable crowd that frequents here. A number of them are eyeing you up, and you get the sense that it's not like eyeing you, but probably maybe your belongings.
Salvatore?
Yes.
I don't like how they're looking at us.
Well, it would be very easy for us to take these drinks to a more private, more secure place.
Well, I think we'll be okay. Let's just finish our stuff here. And she's going to so
What are you trying to do?
The message I sent you.
Oh,
She
yeah.
wants.
You want that to come out right now?
Yeah.
All right. You all notice as suddenly from beneath the table scurries a furry creature. Salvatore, you probably feel this little bit of coarse fur. Maybe like a cat, but it's a little tougher. And you look down as a skunk appears beneath the table.
Oh, Jesus. Is this the Lulin? What?
You said
What did I say?
you were there. You said nothing about Flower, so Flower decided to join us. Come here, Flower. You can sit on my shoulder.
Okay. Salvatore's just relieved that he isn't getting sprayed at.
But if they don't change their looks, they might get a little sprayed.
Alright, we never re-established a safe word for calm down, but we might need to. We're okay here. We're okay here.
Okay. Well, Flower's here in case we need it.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But you know, we don't have to worry about the folks that aren't really getting into our business, but what we do need to worry about is what we're gonna do next.
Lulin slams her drink. And then
Holy
slams
smokes.
Oh, that was really good. I think I'll have another one.
Zachara will take it, take the glass from her, and just be like, no, I think you had enough, hun.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dang, that worked fast.
We should say hello and good night to everybody before we go to bed.
I think we should say good night. Oh boy. Oh god. Oh my god.
Hello. I am Lulin. Are you having fun? I just came over to say good night, and don't look at me like that again, or Flower will visit you, and you don't want that. Have a good night. Good night. You stop looking at me like that. And I just was gonna say good night. Come on.
Zachara will take Lulin by the arm and start leading her to the bed, to our room.
While Lulin's been doing that, Salvatore is buying a room for us.
Okay.
You hear one of the people in the crowd kind of responding, "Someone's been in their mugs a little early."
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Hey, you're that, lass. You have a good night.
Yes, you too. You so cute.
Oh, been a long time since I heard that.
Oh, somebody should have told you that a while ago. I'm sorry it's been so long. Good thing we ran into each other today.
I'd say so, man. Hey, you make sure you lock your door right nice and tight tonight. Wouldn't want anybody to stumble in on you while you're sleeping.
You're right. You are so wise.
You see a number of the people kind of snickering at that comment that he made.
Nutmeg is way over and give him a smack on the back of the head and try to.
You give him a smack on the back of the head?
Yep.
Oi! What's that for? Oh! My goodness, it's a fairy! Hey, Brutus, look at this! It's a fairy in Baldur's Gate! Could have sworn that was a mosquito.
Nutmeg is gonna kind of buff herself up and try to intimidate him a little bit, make him kind of back down.
Alright, go ahead and make me an intimidation check.
Did it go across your screen or no?
I do not see it. Make sure you roll it in the chat or double click it. There you go. I see it now.
Oh, that's way worse than the first
Alright.
one.
With a 6, the man goes, ha! Brutus, look at her. I think she's trying to flex. What are you doing around here, little fairy? You might be careful. You start hitting the wrong person. You might find yourself in a bit of trouble.
You, Nutmeg, is he being rude to you?
No, honey, it's okay. You should go to bed. I got this taken care of.
Okay, Flower, why don't you give this gentleman a present and then we'll go to bed?
Oh god, Nutmeg is gonna fly away.
Yep, same.
As if on command, Flower, perched atop Lulin's shoulder, scurries to point the back end at the man and lets loose a spray. And you hear them all exclaim in no small alarm as they are all doused with the smell of skunk. Oh, you...
Able to tell if you're coming or not tonight. I'll smell you first.
You're gonna pay for that one!
Oh my god.
And you see as a number of these men start rolling up their sleeves and launch themselves at you. And at this time, I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oh no.
Off to a good start.
Oh, we all stuck.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I'm rolling twice. You know, you're kind of smelling a little bad. You might want to go to the bathhouse and get that taken care of. I could give you some flowers if you want to put it into the water to make you smell better. Here, and she starts producing flowers in her hands.
You know, I swear to God, this is the last time I buy this woman alcohol.
I think
this
that
is
would be
incredible.
wise.
One.
You like gardenias? Lavender? What one would you prefer? Here's a gardenia. You smell that one, see if you like it.
Oh my god.
How about some of this lavender? Do you like that one too? Both, maybe both. And she puts them up by his nose.
Alright, so Nutmeg, on your character sheet on the main tab, your initiative should be in the very middle, kind of by where it lists your AC. All you gotta do is you double click that.
I did roll, but I didn't roll it from that.
Alright, so you roll a 9. Alright. So, the one that you were speaking with there we go. The one you were speaking with is Thug 3. And there are 2 more other thugs to the side. We begin initiative with Thug 2's turn. He is going to walk up and make an unarmed strike attack against you. Scoring a hit on a 20.
Damn.
Hey, that wasn't very nice. What's the big idea?
And you sustain 5 points of bludgeoning damage. Which takes us to Thug 3. He is going to step up as well. And he is going to try to grab at you. He's going to make a grapple check. And it is a 12 versus your 16. Fails. You drunkenly sway out of the way of his grasping hands, and that takes us to your turn, Lulin. What are you doing?
You are not being very nice. I was just trying to be helpful, and now you're not being nice. This is not what I intended. And she... It's going to... Thunderclap.
Ooh.
Love it.
Alright, so Thunderclap. Creatures within 5 feet must succeed on a Constitution save or take some thunder damage. So that would be Thug 2, Thug 3, and Vishara.
Oh boy.
Alright, Lulin, go ahead and make your attack. Hit the dice.
Oop. I did it too many times.
What's that doing?
Right down.
Oh, I know why. I'm gonna fix this. Just gonna put you guys on the X's. There we go. Alright, Lulin, go ahead and make that roll again.
I just got kicked out of Fantasy Ground.
Uh-oh.
So go ahead and roll it for
Okay,
me.
I'll do that. Alright, Lulin claps her hands together, and this rush of thunderous energy surges out, a very loud thunderclap. Everyone but Vishara fails. Vishara, unfortunately, you take 1 point of thunder damage as you were not ready for this. Is there anything?
Never ready for Lulin to just like all of a sudden be in my eardrums.
Gotta be careful about them ranges. All right, Lulin. Anything else you want to do? You have a bonus action. You have movement.
Yeah. I'm going to Misty step out of the way.
If you
Words.
step out of the threatened reach of one of the thugs, you will take an attack of opportunity.
It's Misty Step, though.
I was gonna say she did say Misty
Oh,
Step.
I didn't hear that. Okay.
Teleport.
Misty step,
Yeah.
or face step.
I
Okay,
teleport. Yeah.
just 30 feet
Face
away.
step me. Yes, please.
Okay, we will
On top
put
of the
you
table if it.
top of the table. To the
Sure.
at the center. Okay. Lulin Misty
Fire's way
steps,
is meant. Oh god.
disappearing in the blink of an eye and reappearing on top of the table. As she reappears, she stumbles a little bit trying to regain her balance. That is her bonus action. Anything else, Lulin?
Nope. That's my turn.
Okay. And that will take us to Flower, who did not receive a command, so it will dodge. Nutmeg, you have received initiative. What do you want to do?
Just
You're breaking up pretty bad. Can't hear you.
Nope.
Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Yes. Alright. So Nutmeg is going to use Tides of Chaos to gain advantage.
Ooh.
I'm not sure how to roll with advantage on here. Do I just roll twice?
All right, so on your actions tab, I have your Tides of Chaos underneath the sorcerer. What I want you to do is I want you to hit that button to the right. That is an effect button.
Yeah. Sorcerer, the button that says, or the little picture of the person.
Yep. Now you have applied that effect to yourself. So that will apply the advantage to your next attack, check, or saving throw.
Okay, cool.
And then the Tides of Chaos is also a use feature, and to the left of that there's a little circle. When you click that, it will say that you used it, and then that's how you track. Perfect. All right, so now, what do you do?
I'm going to shoot with my crossbow at number 3.
All right, so excellent. You rolled a 20. What you can do is you can target, so if you hold down control and you left click on the token that you want to target, that is one way you can do it. Otherwise, you can drag and drop the attack onto whatever tokens you want to hit, and that will apply as well. What I can do is I can drag and drop it. And a 20 with your crossbow is enough to hit. Go ahead and roll damage. 3 points of piercing damage as your crossbow bolt buries into the skin of Thug 3, who cries out, "Aye! Alright then, you wanna bring weapons? We got weapons."
That's the way to show 'em, Nutmeg.
Anything else, Nutmeg?
I think that's it, and then we'll
Alright. That takes us to Thug 1, who's going to come out swinging with a scimitar coming from his belt. He is going to hop up onto the table next to Lulin, and he is going to slash at her with his scimitar. And he scores a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Lulin, you take 13 points of slashing damage and fall unconscious. That takes us to Vishara's turn.
Okay. So, with my bonus action, I would like to cast Spare the Dying on Lulin. And then I will look to Salvatore and what are we're fighting?
I think that decision's been made for us.
Understanding that she will come over here and just strike with her mace at Thug 2.
Okay. With a 6, Vishara strides up, swings her mace, but it is batted aside as the other man takes out his own scimitar. Anything else?
No. That's it.
All right, Salvatore, you're up.
Oh boy. Could I? Is it easy to see, based on what they're wearing, if they belong to an organization or anything like that, or are they just ruffians?
Make me a perception check.
All right.
You take a quick surmise of their garb and their clothing and any sort of markings. They just appear to be some ruffians. They are just the rougher crowd that likes to frequent areas and in such as this.
Would you require me to spend an action to ask them if this could be settled with money instead of blood?
To try to convince something like that would be an action, yes.
Well, in that case, Salvatore's gonna come right here, and he's gonna whip out his longsword and start swinging.
Okay.
Geez, I guess just to try to distract Thug 1 from doing any continued damage to Lulin while she's down, I'll start doing my thing there. So I'm just gonna do a long sword attack with my Hex Warrior.
Okay.
Fudge.
Salvatore, you swing out with your longsword, trying to catch the Thug 1. Thankfully, he is somewhat distracted and does not see your sword coming out. You hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh my god, okay. Oh, my bad, sorry, wrong one.
Uh, 9 points of damage. So he's at 2 HP. All right.
I deal damage with the attack roll, like +5 to the attack roll and the damage roll, or just the attack roll?
So the damage rolls does not get your proficiency modifier.
Got it. Okay, sorry.
That's why the attack is the +5, and then the damage is just the +3, but it does have your charisma modifier.
Okay, thanks. My bad.
You are at 0 and unconscious, Lulin. All right, so 9 points of damage to that thug. Anything else, Salvatore?
I'll just kind of put my sword up a little bit behind my shield and try to put my back to nutmeg so I can see the thugs on my left and right and say out loud, this again doesn't have to go the hard way. You know, we could end this now. And then I'll end my turn.
I don't think you know where you are, boy. You're at the Blushing Mermaid.
That sounds so intimidating.
And that is where we will have to end our... Thank you so much to all of you out there for tuning in and watching with us. Squeege, it was great to have you. We got some of them Cloudbot points, loyalty points going in there. The health potion, disadvantage, and advantage. Thank you very much for that. This was the latest session of Descent into Avernus Reimagined by myself, Nomad, and the Tavern League. I hope you like it. Little bit shaky right now because my own schedule has changed quite drastically as I have moved from second to first shift. Glad that we were able to keep most of the party together, but going to be in a little bit of those growing pains as we try to keep the campaign going and find more players. And hopefully I can find another, which would bring us up to the full party of 5. If we can find 6, great. 5 to 6 is right about that good balance for myself I have found. and we can get this campaign continuing and run a little bit smoother as we kind of iron out all that new player stuff and everything. But I run another campaign every other Sunday. I believe we're playing this Sunday, if I am correct. And that is through the Tomb of Annihilation. Yes, we are playing this Sunday, Tomb of Annihilation. So make sure to tune in on Sunday at 9, right? Yes, 9 a.m. Central. This Descents into Avernus is every other Wednesday, so whenever we can play, starting at 6 p.m. Central, and both those campaigns run for 3 hours. Make sure to check me out on Twitter. I also have startplayinggames.com, my Games Master profile. Check me out on there to see what I am running. I'm going to be running some more campaigns coming up, so keep an eye on the lookout. And if you enjoy playing D&D, come join us, come play D&D with me. But Twitter, I'm on YouTube, slowly getting more stuff up there and uploaded. So if you want to find out what else has gone on in these campaigns, you can go catch up on the YouTubes. But for now, all of our adventurers are lined up at the bar, ready for the final chug. Thank you so much for being here with us. I hope you enjoyed your time, as all of us did as well. Thank you so much. This